USA Radio News with Tim Berg.
The battle over the Mueller report is escalating in Congress. President Trump is asserting executive privilege in an effort to seal special counsel Robert Mueller's unredacted final report. Now, senators are able to read that report, though, and none of them on the Democratic side of the aisle, at least, have chosen to read that full unredacted report. Louisiana Republican Senator John Kennedy tells Fox News Democrats are struggling after there was no collusion found between Russia and the Trump campaign.
They don't like the results of the Mueller investigation. The Mueller report is all of a sudden an impurity in their punch bowl.
The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is offering changes to the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act of 1977. Under the changes, debt collectors would be able to send unlimited texts, emails, and private messages. Consumers, though, would be able to opt out of those methods of collection. And you're listening to USA Radio News. The Navy will deploy a hospital ship to help refugees from Venezuela. USA Radio Network's Chris Barnes reports.
The USNS Comfort's to be deployed to the Caribbean, Central America, and South America after what Acting Defense Secretary Pat Shanahan calls a highly choreographed effort to get medical personnel on board. A statement by U.S. Southern Command says the Comfort staff will help relieve pressure on medical systems in countries hosting Venezuelans who have fled the chaotic nation. The Comfort is scheduled to deploy from Virginia's Naval Station Norfolk in June.
The Department of Justice has charged 2 Israeli citizens with multiple charges in connection with an online black market drug ring. Scott Brady is the U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Pennsylvania.
We unsealed a criminal indictment charging the owners and administrators of Deep.web.com, Tal Prahar and Michael Phan, with a money laundering conspiracy.
Both suspects are in custody, and you're listening to USA Radio News. A student at the STEM school Highland Ranch says the victim in yesterday's shooting was a hero. Nui Giasalo says Kendrick Costello attempted to tackle the gunman when he pulled the gun on his fellow classmates.
And that's when Kendrick lunged at him, and he shot Kendrick, giving all of us enough time to get underneath our desks, to get ourselves safe, and to run across the room to escape.
Colorado Democratic Governor Jared Polis says schools should be safe places for children.
Schools should really be places where students can learn and grow. We shouldn't have to worry about being marched out or being airlifted to hospitals or even losing one's life in a place that's supposed to be a safe place for all students.
A hearing for one of the suspects will be held this afternoon. Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar is telling drug companies they need to put their prices on their products in television ads beginning in July.
President Trump today is requiring that drug companies that run those TV ads to disclose the list prices of their drugs in those ads. It's time for the pharma companies to start leveling with the American people about what their drugs cost.
Azar also talks about the kind of changes he expects to see from this change.
Well, we think list prices are going to go down. We think that this will cause drug companies to see an impact on their sales. If their prices are too high and people find that they're too high, they're going to have informed discussions now with their doctors.
Azar was speaking there on Fox News. For USA Radio News, I'm Tim Berg.